If I was to rewind my life back 2.5 years, I was living in Norfolk, a lovely place to live, and I built quite a nice life for myself. And then I had an health scare, and my daughter Liz said to me, "Dad, if that had been serious, there's no way I could help you. You're 200 miles away. You should think about coming back to the Midlands." I knew what she was saying was correct, but I liked my life in Norfolk. But I prayed about it, and I still seem to be getting the answer I should be back in the Midlands. And then I remember quite distinctly, one Saturday morning, I said, "God, if you want me back in the Midlands, make a flat available in Harden Vale," knowing full well there were only 28 and they didn't come up very often. But when I went onto the website on the Tuesday, there was a flat available, and I applied for it, and subsequently that flat became mine. And the house move was the smoothest house move I've ever made. There was no hassle at all, so obviously God's hand was in that. And I started to come to Zion to worship. And when I'd been in Norfolk, I worked for the National Trust as a volunteer, and I intended to do exactly the same now I was in the Midlands. But then one Sunday morning, I opened up the bulletin, and Anne Dance was looking for volunteers for the food bank. And this jumped out of the page at me, and the inner voice said, "Sign up for that," although I didn't know what it was. But now I do, because we help feed immigrants, people who are waiting for benefits to come through, people who've just been made redundant and lost their job. And so I feel very strongly that God, He wants me here at this time, working in the food bank. And so if you talk to God and then listen, He can do amazing things in your life. It's not always what you want, but it's nonetheless amazing.